Have you ever wanted to start a YouTube channel, but the thought of actually doing it makes you feel, well, physically cringe and quite uncomfortable? You're definitely not alone. I've been there, and honestly, some days I still feel that way. I felt that pit in my stomach, that burning embarrassment of worrying about what others think of me. I would think, if they saw me talking to the lens, what would they think? I felt that heavy fear that literally no one is going to watch this, or worse than that people will watch it and then judge me afterwards. There's something that I realized though, that starting a YouTube channel isn't just a hobby itself. It's an act of reclaiming my voice. It is quite literally the most powerful way to document your growth and connect to your future self. I want to make you a promise right now. If you watch this until the end and you apply what I tell you, you will move from dreaming about it to having a video in the next 24 hours. But before we dive into the how, I will share you on what got me started. Back in March, I had a brain injury. It was the hardest thing I've ever been through in my life, but it gave me a radical perspective shift. I realized that time is the only non-renewable resource we have. I spent so much time worrying about what people thought and was trying to make things perfect that I essentially was more or less wasting my life. After that, I realized I couldn't afford to waste another second waiting for the perfect time to start. Today, I'm going to help you to stop wasting your time too. Let's address the biggest hurdle first, the need for perfection. We see creators who have been doing this for 10 years and we compare our day 1 to their day 3000, for instance. We think our first video has to be this polished, this masterpiece, or if it's not, it's a complete failure. But here's the truth. Being a beginner is supposed to be messy. And it's not going to be straightforward. And now, these are the 5 reasons for why it's stopping you creating the first video and how you can get over this. So let's look into the first reason. It is perfectionism. This is the rewrite loop. You get an idea first, you write the idea out, you hate it, you rewrite it, you delete it, and you never end up posting it. You are judging your first draft phase against someone else's finished phase. But perfectionism isn't just procrastination. It's more so procrastination in a fancy suit. If it's not finished, it doesn't exist. You have to trade your perfectionism for progress. You have to start telling yourself that getting started will lead to perfection. Remind yourself daily of it. Become comfortable in telling yourself, keep on trying, keep on going. Every small action will lead eventually to perfection. Now we get into reason number 2, the fear of judgment. We worry about others, such as our friends seeing us on camera. But here's the truth. People are too busy worrying about their own lives than to obsess about yours. The judgment you fear is usually just a projection of your own inner critic. You have to ask yourself, what is the specific thing that makes me feel embarrassed about getting started? Is it the gear? Is it the way I sound? The fear of being seen by trying? Because once you name it and you write it out, it loses its power. And the secret to it is to keep the bar low. That means creating a micro goal at the start. Don't aim for great, but aim for getting it done. Because consistent action is the only way to eventually make you become great. Focus on the habit of creating, not the outcome of the first clip. The reality is that your first video is probably going to be awkward, most likely. You might stumble over your own words. The lighting might be off. You'll definitely feel weird watching yourself. And that's actually 100% okay. It's what I call the beginner tax. You have to pay with the first bad video to get to the good ones. Doing that first video isn't about immediate success. It's about breaking the inaction. Because every single attempt, no matter how cringy it feels now, gives you the data you need to improve. and to create that belief that you can do it. Let's look into number 4, and it's reconnecting with your why. When the embarrassment feels loud, I want you to remember why you wanted to get started in the first place. Think beyond the views itself. What outcome are you hoping for in about 2 to 3 years? Is it to share your knowledge, to document a season of your life, or to build a community of people who care about the same things as you do? When you don't feel like filming, or the motivation dips because you're worried about looking silly, that why is your anchor. It's a reminder that your message is more important than your ego. Once you truly address that purpose, the cringe starts to feel a lot smaller compared to the big potential of your future self. And remember, you don't need a studio, you don't need a £2,000 camera to justify your existence on this platform. You literally just need your iPhone, a cheap tripod, or a stack of books. You don't even need anything else. And a list of ideas is the last thing. That's it. So stop waiting for that perfect moment or the perfect gear as a way to hide from the work itself. Because you have everything you need right now to get started. Lastly, let's look into reason number 5. We are expecting immediate results. You think the first video will go or should go viral. It probably won't, and that's a gift. You need the quiet time to learn to speak to the lens, learn to edit, learn how to tell a story without the pressure of a million eyes on you. If you knew for a fact that your first 10 videos would be bad, wouldn't that make you feel freer to hit the publish button? Think about that. If failure was guaranteed for the first 10, the pressure to be perfect is gone by now. You're just checking boxes on the way to video 11, which is where the real journey begins. Use these first 10 to experiment, to be cringy, and to learn how to actually use equipment, how to write, and how to speak. By the time you hit video 10, the fear of the lens will have faded into a routine. The challenge that I give you is, in the next 48 hours, I challenge you to film a short video. It can be a short, 5 minutes or under. No fancy lighting, just you, your phone, and a story about why you want to get started. Upload it. Don't worry about the thumbnail or the quality. Get started with writing out the short idea. Because the hardest thing is getting started. Once you have done it, it will break the cycle of inaction and it will lead to action. And that action will lead to a feeling of accomplishment. And remind yourself about the why that will keep you going. Because if you set the bar small and create micro steps with maybe writing a short and filming it, as soon as you filmed it, you end up posting it. And don't just wait until you start feeling that you can't do it anymore. While you're watching this video, it has been done in less than 48 hours. And it all started with a short idea, writing it out, just sitting down in front of a camera and getting started. Nothing more fancy than that. And I know that you can do the same thing.